Good morning. It is morning.
Somewhere that's not here. It's morning.
It's morning somewhere, right? That's what counts.
I just got bedtime reminder.
Never a good sign. Time as a concept. Hello everybody. How are y'all? I feel like if I scoot back a little bit and position. Yeah. Yeah, okay, sure. That'll work. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Don't we look so much better
With this camera? Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we do. That's objective. I was going to say, don't we look so much better than we did 2 days ago?
Oh, yeah, that too.
When we were like... As it turns out, sleeping is a precious commodity that you should strive to obtain daily. And if you do that, read your tread. It was sad. Yeah, it was though. It very much was like, they are in trouble. They do not feel well. Anyway, hi everybody. We did get some sleep. We've had
some sleep.
I think we've had a pretty good 2 days.
Yeah.
We've had a pretty good 2 days. I've really enjoyed my time here. We're gonna talk a little bit about this trip this morning. It feels so weird to say morning. The first thing I want to do is apologize that stream's late. That's not a typical thing. Anyone that's watched us for any amount of time knows that that's not a normal thing. But in Japan, things tend to just happen. To us, at least, where we get, an invitation to a thing or roped into a thing, and then suddenly there's things happening. So as a result, we're an hour later, but that's fine because then people got to watch Sakurai show off the fact that he's good at Kirby Air Riders, the game that he made.
The set they gave him was nice. The wood paneling, though?
Sorry, we haven't really watched the Kirby Direct spoilers, and we won't spoil anything.
That's all we know.
It's just, Sakurai showing off the game, and he's clearly very good at it. And it just, I was making the joke, I was like, he just really wants an hour to show off that he's good at the game. It's like, please everyone, please understand that I'm good at this. And everyone gets to go, yeah, he's good. Anyway, so yeah, it's been I've had a great 2 days, personally.
Yeah, it's been a great 2 days.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about that this morning, and then we never had a breakfast stream where we've discussed the house. So I kind of want to use today to talk a little bit about that. And then we'll be talking more about Japan, I think, on like the Friday night stream, because stuff keeps happening. There's a lot going on here, but we also want to talk about the house because Jesus, we never did. So it seems like a good opportunity to do so. Anyway, let's start by reading some alerts, which I think maybe played. Some have played. We had 86 months from Mech Mayhem. Apparently, y'all ran a poll. Choose one, pasta or noodles. 71% said pasta. Fair. And then another poll, hot chocolate or chocolate milk. 84% chose hot chocolate. I always find these...
Oh, I say chocolate milk.
Let me tell you the problem. Extrillion says,
No,
wait, why are you in Japan?
Coffee!
So, listen, we planned a trip to go to Japan, like, earlier this year.
before all of any of the house stuff.
Yeah. And we were like, okay, cool, we'll go back to Japan. And then a lot of stuff happened that made us go, oh God. I do think that if we would have known that we were going to buy a home, I don't think we would have went to Japan. But we didn't know, and we already made the reservation, so it's like, well, we're gonna go. So that's why we're here. Although it actually has worked out really well because, as it turns out, we've been under more stress in the past 2 months than we have in maybe ever. Something that'll happen when you're living in an international crime drama. So having a vacation is actually kind of nice. And I want to let you know now, I'm treating this very much like a vacation. Y'all are going to be mildly disappointed, but also very proud of me. I have filmed almost nothing. There will be mild disappointment, but also I think some excitement. Of like, wow, Stephen is like vacationing. It's not that I'm not taking some photos. I've posted a few things on Instagram. It's not that I've taken no clips. And I have plans to record some things. But it's I gotta tell you, it's weird. I'm not used to this. It's really weird to be walking around Japan and not be filming every little thing. But
Fossick says, "Who are you and what have you done with Stephen?"
I know it. That's how it feels. It's been very weird, but I don't want to fully attribute it to this, but like I have had such a good time in the last 2 days. I'm spending it with my best friend in the world. We're walking around just seeing stuff, just eating things.
I'm taking you to all the bike shops.
We are going to every bike shop we see, which is fine because I drag Mao into video game places that are narrow enough that only half a human can fit in. It's just the way it is. I don't know why. It's they want to fit so much stuff into the stores, and the stores are so small. I don't think I've ever even shown in some past Japan vlogs like the very true reality of some of these stores, where you have to move sideways in order to get through an aisle, and it's just packed with stuff. It's ridiculous. Pokemon Center, no. Pokemon Center, big, open. It's like a freaking Walmart with Blastoise. But like you go to like a tiny little shop, you go to like the Ikebukuro Super Potato, and you're like trying to bend down to see what's at the bottom, but you can't stick your butt out a little bit too far, or you'll cause an avalanche and kill everyone in the building. I know that I'm the person that makes things funny because that's what I do for a living, but it is as bad as I say it is. Like, it is actually that narrow. Some of these places are really hot.
Yeah, the temperature has been too warm inside, slightly too cold outside sometimes, but slightly fine outside.
I have been putting on and off my hoodie 20 to 30 times a day,
Yeah.
which is bizarre. I really wish it could just be like one or the other. But you go into a place and I'm like, Japan too hot. Japan too hot. It goes into the bag. I go outside and I go, Japan too cold. It's breezy.
Today was nice outside. The morning was a little chilly.
Aldo said, sorry, what is Super Potato? It's a dumb name, but it's like a very well-known retro game store in Japan. It's well known, and they, as a result, can charge whatever they want, and they do.
Yeah.
They just do. I bought a game tonight for 20,000 yen, and then I walked into Super Potato like 5 minutes later, and I found the same game for 40,000 yen. And I was like, Super Potato just does whatever they want. Like, there's no basis for anything. They're just like, eh. What if we just doubled the price? Anyway, that's just a thing that happens. Nita says, do you have LSD yet? We saw a copy tonight.
What did I say? 300 and
it was,
something thousand yen?
No, 178,000 yen.
That was how much that was?
Yeah, in USD that comes out to probably like $1,200, which is a lot. I took a photo of it.
Coffee.
Oh, I did pretty good on that math. 1165. So yeah, about $1,200, and it's a little too much for a video game. At least that video game. I don't want that bad. But we also saw a copy of Pepsi Man.
Yeah.
And that one was, what was that? It was pretty reasonable.
I texted it to you.
I don't remember what it was.
Let me look.
There, I didn't pick up Pepsi Man, but whatever it was.
Pepsi Man was 32,780.
32,000 yen. Okay. So that was definitely a price of like, I'll think about it. Because that's been that high or more before, so. Anyway, let me read some alerts here. And then, because I'm talking about Japan, and I'm like, we're going to talk about the house. So, we get 84 months from Ryan B06. So 7. Also, I guess this looks fine. I wasn't sure if there was a way to change which camera the thing uses. I think there is, but I didn't know how.
I think it's fine.
But I think it looks pretty good. This is the phone, by the way. The phone we live in the future where the phone can do things. It's amazing. We got 34 months from Cookie and Pie Guy, 60 from Tiger. That's a 5. 16 months from Rajit, 33 from Kinore, 35 from Hero King Lucina, 300 bits from Night Owl says, hey all, take these bits as a celebration of being new homeowner / getting out of that kooky crazy situation and also being in Japan. Glad you guys are having fun. Have some sushi for me. Thank you, Night Owl. It is, again, like I said earlier, it's the sort of thing where if we had been given the opportunity to go to Japan after we had bought a home, I would be like, oh god, now is not the time. But since these have worked in reverse, I am getting a forced vacation, and I am enjoying it.
Can I force another vacation on you?
No. No. I'm having fun. I genuinely am. It's great. I'm doing all my favorite things. But when I get home, I will probably be like, I have a mortgage again, and then I'll just go back into work mode, and that's fine. We got 300 bits from Secret Fury. He says, so I have your luck now. The owner of the apartment I'm in has asked us to move, but at least Costa Rica law forces him to give us at least 3 months to find a place. Okay, so first off, good vibes, because that sucks.
Yeah.
Being asked to move sucks. 3 months is a good, like, at least this, but it still sucks. But, good luck with all of that. Find a place soon, I think, and then taper your moving experience. It's my advice. I just hate the idea of having to like do everything so quick. So having 3 months to do it, if you get more of it done at the beginning, I think wouldn't be super, super bad. But still, good vibes. We got 300 bits from Dishnet. Says, congrats on finishing the Japanese GameCube Power Pros collection. Thank you. So here's a fun fact. When you think of like what series in the US has more entries on any given console, you probably think of like Madden, right? Because there's like a ton of Madden games on anything. So in Japan, it's baseball. There's so much baseball. And it's like that for everything.
Yeah.
If you're buying Japan exclusive games for a particular system, what you're going to be finding most is baseball. There are like 10 Power Pros games.
Yeah, Fossix is right. Otani is everywhere right now.
Yeah. Japan loves baseball, and they get a lot of baseball games that we don't. Power Pros is a good example. Power Pros has been around forever. Like, people may just know it from Extra Life. Power Pros has been around a long time. So there's a lot of these games. And on the GameCube, I think there's like 10. Auditionet knows this specifically. 31 years. 3 decades of Power Pros.
Is there a sumo game I could be looking for?
There are sumo games. There aren't many.
I know there was a Wii eShop only one.
Yeah, there is some sumo Super Famicom games. I don't know if there's an N64 game. I'd be super interested in that.
Add them to your list.
I'll have to look it up and figure out exactly what it is, but I think that would be that could be fun. I've been enjoying collecting the GameCube games, but also up to this point, if I have seen it, I have bought it. Like, that's been how it's gone for the past few years. And that means that everything I'm starting to find now is like rare because I haven't seen it yet, you know? So I'm starting to get to the point in the list where I'm like, oh no, these are all just like very rare and very expensive Japanese games. So I like that less, but all the Power Pros games are dirt cheap. So when I stumble across those, I'm like, $3. We got 500 bits of Jet Chat says sleeping prevents talking gibberish. Who'd have thunk it? Yeah, now that I'm awake, I can clarify. No concubines in this stream. Not a single one.
I forgot completely.
You forgot to invite the concubine?
No, I forgot about the last stream completely until now.
Yeah, there was a few other, like, words. I was just rattling off things. Rowan, we did not forget. I'm sorry. Concubines will have to, I guess, wait. There were some other things.
You wanted to talk about the house.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
I know.
But we'll get there.
Like, we've had sleep, but I'm still tired.
Yeah, but not anywhere near it was 2
Yeah.
days ago. Like, I have the ability to do this stream and I feel good. On Tuesday, I think we streamed for 13 minutes. And it's a wonder we made it that far. It really is. We got 84 months from Renee. That's a 7. 300 bits from Will, who says, while not true in this case, as country singer Alan Jackson said, is 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Do you know that one? I don't know if that permeated the
Just another manic Monday. That's it. That's the song. I know.
We got 54 months from Valix Butterfly, 37 from Ice Storm, 23 from Gutang Clan, and 300 from Will. It says, so are you the Godzilla of the Japanese shopping center?
He has hit his head.
I did. Okay, so in Japan, a lot of people walk around with bags, with backpacks and stuff, and it is courteous to occasionally swap the backpack to your front if you're getting onto like a crowded train or something. That way you have better control of like what's going on. You don't want to like slam into someone and hit them with your back. So we were getting onto a crowded train and I was like, okay, I'm gonna switch it to my front. So I put on my front, a front pack, and the problem I've noticed, as I learned immediately, is that when I have a backpack, it's on my back, and anytime I exit the train, I know to duck. I just do that because I am taller than the entrance to all of the trains, so I have to duck to go into the train, and I'm good at that. But when I move the backpack to the front, subconsciously, there's weight on my front, so my brain in its background is like, well, you can't bend down because you'll fall. So I didn't choose to do this, but when I had the front pack on and we went to exit the train, even I guess I'm sure I tried to duck, but my body like stopped me subconsciously, and I smacked my head right on the door, which is not good for one, because it hurts, but then also you're exiting a busy train, so there's 30 people behind you that are trying to like push you off the train, and I'm just, oh god, so then I'm still trying to move but there's all these people and I'm like, so yeah, now that I've done that once, I will likely not do it again. No guarantees, but probably won't do it again. So at least I really, really hope so. Anyway, so yeah, do we have any like other little Japan stuff to talk about before we talk about the house? Because no. We'll save it for tomorrow. Yeah, learn your system now. You're carrying a smaller bag. I do have a big bag.
You have a really large bag.
I have a pretty large backpack.
Hi, Dan.
But I also want to like store stuff in it.
Dan, we miss you.
Dan, we miss you. I was just talking about Dan, actually. Because I'm just always talking about Dan, I think is... I had a conversation with Roland the other day, and I had mentioned to Roland, I was like, I'm jealous you have Dan. I was like, I'm glad Dan has you, but I want Dan back. Please package up your Dan and mail him back to Raleigh. That's where I would like my
custody battle.
I mean, yeah. I don't even get Dan on the weekends. My divorce with Roland has just been really rough. Because we both want our son. Private Brother for Christ gifted the sub 2 motion, Dan. Thank you for that. Is this only Dan's? Okay, we should talk about the house, because if we don't talk about the house now,
we'll never talk about it.
We'll never, because
ever.
we're on the Japan trip, and we'll be talking more about Japan stuff. So I think folks have probably seen the vlog at this point.
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing.
So, what else do you want to say?
I was curious if people had like input of their own, or like other little questions or things like that. It's also fine if we just all collectively go, Jesus, that was a crazy thing. Yeah, Renee, is there anything more to say, really? That was a wild story. Maybe it's just the idea of being able to talk about it in a live environment that allows me to decompress from it in some way, maybe.
Oh, I forgot to take some of the glass with us. I wanted it for art.
I'm sorry. It's too late.
I know.
You can't get it now. There was, I think there's other little stories related to all this that we may not have told. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to recall some of them. Like, did we tell them about the jerry can?
I think we talked about that on a stream.
Did we? Okay. The quick version of that, in case anyone missed that specific tale, was that when we moved into the house, there was a jerry can with gas.
A red gasoline can.
Yeah. Is jerry can colloquial? I
think so.
Oh, okay. A de facto red gasoline can with gas in it that was just sitting behind the house. And we had asked them, we're like,
Can you remove this?
Yeah, please clean up the property. And then they got rid of it, and we were like, okay, cool. And then when we did the inspection, we found that the jerry can they just put it under the house. They didn't get rid of it. They just opened up the crawl space and put it in there, which
hid it in the furthest back corner.
really pissed me off.
Yeah.
It's really upsetting. Because that is, to some extent, even if just mild, it is a hazard.
Yeah.
And instead of actually dealing with it, they just stuck it there. And I'm like, man. But also in that crawl space was just several panes of glass, so thank you, Brandon. Yeah, we I think it's important to note too, because I've read through most of the comments that were left on the video, and I know that there was a sentiment that was shared by some commenters of like, you know, that I don't know how like you couldn't have not trashed the house in some way. And the thing to remember is that it is still someone's house. That's the hard part in all this, is that it's really easy to be angry at the landlord and feel that frustration. But like, we aren't the only victims. There's another victim here, and it's the person who entrusted their home to the landlord, and the landlord's trying to sell it. Oh, we have an update about that.
A small update.
A small update.
Also, there was some confusion I wanted to clarify regarding the HOA. Because I know in Discord they were like, the HOA knew and didn't tell you. The HOA was told after we were out. The HOA did not know.
Yeah. In fact, I think...
But the HOA has been told since.
I think the day that we recorded the video where we talked about everything was the day that the day that I think it's the day that the HOA
was told.
Maybe it was like very recent. So as you all know, like, we did everything that we felt we reasonably could, short of like, I don't know, graffitiing the walls that said "Scam House, Run Away," to like let people know, let officials know, let people be aware that this was happening. And then at a certain point, it's like, it's not our responsibility. We can't be responsible for this thing. But we did what we could. And we have already seen that, you know, he couldn't sell it to us. He tried to sell it. The landlord tried to sell this house to another realtor.
Yeah.
And that realtor, like, just to add it to like their portfolio, right? And the realtor found, like, knew enough to check on things and was like, this isn't legit. And then the realtor reported them to
some other places,
like the North Carolina Realty Association, whatever thing. And because we were reading about it a little bit, and I'm like, holy crap. It was just so wild to see that. And also it felt good, because
that means that it's still his responsibility. The landlord, he hasn't pawned it off yet.
Yeah, and also I get why because he's just trying to like really
flip it before someone figures it out.
He's trying to flip it quick, right? Like, he's trying to get rid of it quick before there's, you know, problems. Yes, exactly. Brandon says he'll probably keep trying to sell it off market. Yeah. Try and get rid of it, so he's just rolling up to like another realtor, like, hey, you want to add this to your portfolio? I'll give it to you for whatever. But in doing that, and the realtor catching it, the realtor's like, wait a minute, I'm going to report this. So I'm glad that happened. I hope... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to word this where I don't sound like a complete awful person. I hope this person has a comeuppance. Let's say that. I hope there is justice, and I hope that...
the true owner of the house isn't screwed too much. Yeah. Yeah, may his pillow always be warm. That's so much nicer way of being like, I don't like this person very much. But I mean, it's true. Like, yeah. 300 Bits of Dishnet says, I hope landlord steps on many Legos for the rest of his life. Even where there should not exist Legos. Like, you just randomly, like,
finds Legos in places that they should not exist. Anyway, we had 300 Bits and Will, who says, is it appropriate to call the last house the scam house?
That's what we've actually been calling it since we figured that
fraud
out.
house.
Yeah, fraud house.
Yeah. It was so funny because everyone was like, man, the last house is Snake House, and we've just been quietly thinking,
Fraud house.
like, it is Snake House, but not the animal. Not the thing you're thinking of. We had 300 Bits from One True Zeroing. It says, I know you said you understandably chose not to press charges with the local police, but is there any chance of Interpol or some other international agency getting involved? I mean, at this point, I don't know, and it's not going to be me reaching out and dealing with all that. My assumption...
There are lawyers on the case that we have nothing to do with.
Yeah, like, it's hard because there's a part of me that, like, I do want to help, but I also have to recognize that, like, I have helped. I have, like, reached out to a few of the people that need to know this information, and that there are other professionals on it, because there is a lawyer who already has all of the other cases that this person has done, and they're handling that. The North Carolina Realtors Association knows, and, like, the police know also.
The Register of Deeds knows.
The Register of Deeds knows, which is
HOA knows.
huge.
The neighbors know.
Yes. So, like, whether or not anything bigger gets involved, which I don't even know if they will. I mean, I hate to be... And, like, I don't know. But it often feels like with these sorts of things, unless there's harm, like physical harm coming to people, that a lot of times these agencies don't really get involved. I just hope that things work out. But at this point, I have got to just, like, wipe my hands and move on and just be like, all right, I hope that this guy can never sell this stupid place ever, you know. And I hope that the title can get back into the, you know, the thing. Yeah, Brandon says the legit owner needs to get involved at this point to really resolve it / prevent a fraud sale, and hopefully they'll catch on to it. The other thing that I didn't really see a lot of people talking about in the comments, but is a sad reality, is that, yeah, there were 6 other court cases. How many other things are there that are not a court case because they don't know? Like, there's absolutely more of this. There's just 6 people that, you know, figured it out. That's not a good feeling. It's really not. And at some point, we had looked at the guy's realtor, the landlord's, like, realty stuff, because we found the thing of it online, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of properties that are around the Raleigh area, and it's like, okay, it's not super great. Yeah, 6 known cases. That's the big thing. Yeah, he obviously feels very comfortable doing this. There's another part of the story I think that's worth just throwing out there, because it makes all of this even more weird, at least to me. There was some suspicion that we had for some amount of time that this was, like, just kind of an international scammer. Like, was he ever even here in the area? Is he just, like, doing this from, you know, overseas or whatever? But we dug a little deeper and we found out that he did live in Raleigh. Like, he was a citizen of Raleigh. He, you know, was registered to vote in Raleigh. He worked in Raleigh as a realtor. So for some amount of time, he was legit. And that kind of blew my mind, because I was like, okay, so this isn't like just a criminal. This is someone who started somewhat legit, and then things changed. He had his villain arc. So it's, I don't know, it's really weird. Like, I think sometimes I might be guilty of thinking of
like people doing a good or a bad thing, like in a very black and white way. And it's hard to remember that it's first off, nothing's black and white, but then also you've got this gradient of like, if people are going through a thing and they're changing and something's happening, maybe he got caught up in something that made things a little difficult, and like he ended up being like a Ponzi scheme type thing, and then he got further into it than he thought he could handle, and then he had to run away. Like, I don't know, and I don't need to know, because like I don't want to be involved with any of this. But I don't know, that was a detail in the story that really made me think. I was like, Jesus, like, huh. Anyway, but also screw him. I want to make sure that we, like, I know the part of me is like, he started, like, what happened? Like, he was maybe okay, and then all this. Oh, one other detail before I forget, because I'll forget this train of thought. The realtor who was approached by the landlord to like, hey, buy this property off me, and he caught it and was like, wait, this isn't real, said he reached out to a like realty buddy who knew the landlord back when he like worked as a realtor in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Before he started his villain arc. And he said that he never liked him. He's like, I never liked that guy. He always gave me weird vibes or whatever. So, like, I don't know. Anyway, that's all the little news that I have. But I figured that was a nice little tiny update from the video, because we have learned a little bit more. At this point, I don't know that we're going to learn anything else, really.
Probably not.
I don't know how we would, so... Unless at some point, like, I decide to drive by the old house and there's people living in it, and I'll be like, oh God. Would I tell? I guess I would tell them, because they need to know.
Yeah.
It would feel like a crazy person, like, hey, this is international crime drama criminal in China. Oh God. Yeah, they would be like, Please get off our property. But yeah, I would let them know. You don't know me, but I used to live here. Yeah, he's in Asia. I'm a vlogger and your house is cursed. You don't know me, but you have to get out of this house. These are great. Agers, perhaps lead with coherent sentences. Do you...
When you fly home from Japan, the first thing you do?
What do you get to finish that thought?
No.
Mal, do you remember?
No.
You do. You don't even know what I'm going to say. Mal, do you remember when we were in Maryland and we decided to...
Oh, stop at your grandparents' house.
Drive by my grandfather's old home.
Uh-huh.
And we drove by his home, and there's an 18-wheeler in front of this house. That street and that house are not big enough to park an 18-wheeler. Jesus. But we move off to the side, and then the garage door is open, and this guy is sitting in a lawn chair facing out and just like sitting there like drinking a beer. And I'm like, well, let's go up and talk to this guy. He looks friendly. So we go up there, and as I'm walking up, like, you can see him starting to like rear up, and he stands up and he kind of like gets in my face, and I'm like trying to explain that like my grandfather owned the home, but I didn't have the words. So I was like this house actually, I am familiar with it. And then finally, like, he's like, he might have had a gun, because everyone in America has a gun. So like, he was probably deciding whether or not to kill me in his driveway. But Mao from behind was like, his grandfather used to live here, which is the only thing that I needed to say. And he was like,
but you couldn't get it out.
Yeah, because in my mind, I'm like,
Vagabond, did you die?
Like, there was in my mind, I was articulate. I was like, I just need to lay down the beginning of this story. My
It was a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday, you understand. And Mal just like, his grandfather used to live here. And then he was like, oh, yo,
So-and-so.
you want to see it? And then like we, toured this place, and he never shot us, which is great. That was a fun day.
Anyway.
I took photos of the house and sent it to Mom, and she was super excited and thrilled because she grew up in that house. Anyway, I didn't get shot. Let's read a few.
I'm tired.
Let's read a few more of these. It's midnight. It's 56 months from Aiden, 34 from Portalbeard, 75 from Bardic Puppy, 300 from Slick Duke, who says, one thing that I'm curious about is how this landlord is able to get multiple people to trust him from overseas. I don't know. Like, I don't know if this all started...
There's things we have speculation on based on some things we've heard, but we're not sure on.
Like, I'm sure it was a lot easier when he still lived in Raleigh.
I don't know.
And we've read some of the court case stuff, which talks a little bit about, like, befriending people and trying, earning their trust. I don't know how it works.
We don't
online.
know where the owner of the house is. They could be in the county. They could be in the state. They could be out of the country. We have no idea.
Like in one of the court cases for someone who, realized their home had been taken from them. They lived in Charlotte.
Yeah.
So like some of these people.
Maybe nearby. We don't know.
Maybe nearby. Some of these people could maybe potentially be like Chinese investors type thing, so they're just
giving money to him to
grow essentially, and then he doesn't. So I don't know. I really have no idea how it would work at this point. We got 300 bits from Night Owl, who says, reminds me of 4 years ago when I had my Nintendo account hacked and someone stole my card info. They bought a Switch and sent it to Raleigh. Almost lost several $100s and all my save data on my Switch. That sucks. I'm sorry. Jesus. The one thing that you learn quickly, not in a very, very, very short amount of time being on the internet and being like really a person, is that people suck. But the thing that brings me some level of peace is that for every person that sucks, there's 10, 20, 50 other people that don't and are actively doing their best to create, services, etc., to like stop the people that suck from doing the suckage. I don't think suckage was the right word, but it's fine. We got 300 bits from Facebook says, okay, now hear me out. Imagine Steven telling the next tenants about this whole situation, but in the form of a Who's Line hoedown. Bring my little boom box. We got 300 bits from Jet Jet says, at that point, you don't know if he still is the landlord, so you could cause unnecessary panic. I mean, it would be dependent, right? Whether they were renting or buying.
Yeah. The
original owner would have had to have regained the thing before that happened, so who knows? I would probably still want to talk to them. We got 57 months from Mayo Hello and 65 from Snowfox. Thank you. Okay, so
wrap up, go bed?
Yeah, wrap up, go bed. This went so much better than 2 days ago. We should be back for our normal or around our normal time Friday night.
We're not playing Mario though.
Yeah, we don't have the stuff to play. It will be a just chatting stream. And it will not be forever long. Can I do beans? Do I have... Mods can roll, right?
Yeah, mods can roll.
You roll. Mods roll beans. There we go. Thank you.
Oh, there's Jazz.
I was like, I don't know who's here. I don't know how to do this. I only know how to press a button on a Stream Deck. And I don't have the Stream Deck, so I'm like, it's impossible. I guess you just throw beans at the screen and it's about the same thing. Yeah, we will be doing our normal Friday stream. I'm sure it won't be 3 hours long, but we'll be doing some just chatting, talking about some Japan stuff, I'm sure, and going from there. So, yeah.
All right.
That's about it. I have to make the stream go just like another minute or two because the Patreon ticker will stop.
Okay.
Sorry, you said all right. Like I'm gonna hit the button and I can't do it quite yet.
How should I hit the button? We saw Carlos today.
Yeah. Do we have a photo of that? I mean, I have a photo of that. Can you take it off of the Instagram and put it in the RQ? I don't know that I can do. I don't know.
It's in the RQ.
I was like, where's my phone? This is the phone.
Hit the RQ button.
Oh, it's there. Oh my god. How did you do it that fast?
Because I'm magic.
Anyway. Oh, it kind of, if I do this, it kind of looks like my
Shoulder
body.
is Robert's.
Robert has the largest shoulder. Boom. Very broad shoulders. So, for those that don't know, and Carlos revealed this, so I'm not giving away secret information. Carlos worked on music in the new Pokemon game that came out, Pokemon Legends Z to A. And this is obviously huge. This is huge for a lot of reasons. The crossover really from going from being in like content creation to working on like a game like that. Yeah, that's unrelated.
But just as important.
I think it is just as important. I ate a very large donut today. It was amazing. But yeah, he crossed that gap from doing, covers and content to actually being involved, and that's super, super cool. And when I had been talking to Robert, and he was like, "Oh, Carlos is going to be here," and I was very excited because I've always really liked Carlos. He is a good dude. Not only is he incredibly talented, which he is, even if you don't know anything about music, you can listen to what he makes and be like, "Oh my God, that's amazing."
But if you hear him talk or like pick out something on a keyboard, like to play it, just watching him like think through that or like talk about.
Yeah, he's so passionate, and I love passionate people, and it's very, I don't know, I miss a lot of people from the Kahlo crew because I haven't seen folks in a while. I really miss Carlos, and it was nice to be able to see him. But whenever he posted about being involved in the Pokemon game, I went out that day and bought a copy of Pokemon Legends and brought it to Japan so he could sign it. Because I was like, first off, I want that. I want that on my shelf. But also, I think that would mean a lot to him because he's probably never had a chance to do that in this capacity.
Yeah.
So we had lunch today, and at the end of lunch, I was like, "Hey, could you do me the honor of signing this Pokemon game?" Robert got super excited and like filmed it because he was like, "This is the first time that you're signing a Pokemon game." Like, so yeah, I was happy about it, and he was happy about it too. He seemed like he was touched by that. So anyway, so now I have a signed copy of Pokemon Legends. When I went to buy that game, the guy at the register was like, "Oh man, you gonna be playing the Pokemon? Like you getting that DLC?" I don't know. He was talking about something, and I was like, "I'm actually not really a big Pokemon person." Signed by the actual Pokemon. I said, "I'm not like really a big Pokemon person. I just one of my friends contributed music to the game, and he just went, 'Oh,' and just like didn't say another word." It's like, all right. Register guy was in Japanese. No, I bought this in America. Yeah.
I have an ESRB Pokemon Legends. I brought this sucker to America for the sole purpose of getting this.
From America.
Yeah, from America, to get it signed. So, yeah, I heard that the soundtrack is great. So,
would it happen to be because Carlos worked on it?
That's my answer.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm enjoying any tune, I'll be like, that's Carlos. They're all Carlos, which is not true. But if you're enjoying it, just tell yourself, yeah, Carlos did this one. Done. Easy.
We told him, like, it's like we feel like proud parents.
Yeah, I told, yeah, because it's weird, right? Because like we're not his parents, but I there is this weird sense of like, the way I explained it at lunch, it was like that's my grandson. That's my grandson. I'm so proud of him. So it's cool to see him doing, I mean, really incredible stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I look. You got a little teary eyed
when I started like doing paintings, and he was like, "If you wanted to use my music, you can," and I'm just like,
yeah. And then he had some of your art up in,
he did.
In his music videos, like he had some of Mal's art up. So that was like the beginning of us like even communicating with him. And I don't know, he's been a really nice guy, and so talented especially like at his age. It's just, I can't wait to see what he does.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So I hope he signs so many more things in the future. For me. All of them, I'll bring him things for him to sign.
If you go to wherever he is.
Wherever he is, I have to find where Carlos is. We got 300 Bits and Will, who says, what would it take to make you two play Legends ZA? Like to completion? Impossible. Like play it to completion on stream. Like I don't want to do that. But would I try it? I would try it. I'd try it. It has the same or some similar aspects to Let's Go, which I really liked. Mm-hmm. So there's a little bit of an interest. It's just the difficulty for me is that Pokemon game, big game. And as is always the problem, there are too many video games, mm-hmm. and there are just too many video games. Oh, sure. Yeah. We also had 72 months in Tier 2 from Gerbobly. Gold Toast.
Can we go to bed now?
We can go to bed now. So thank you all for being here again. Sorry that this is an hour late. We ran into some folks and had a conversation, and things went long, but it's fine. So it's good. It's a good thing. Y'all got to watch the direct, maybe, and watch Kirby go, because that's what he does. It's like charging a fart. He just keeps doing that over and over. Okay, we'll see you whenever Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern is. I don't know. That would be Saturday at 9 a.m.
Yes.
Here. Yeah. So Friday at 8 p.m. normal stream time. We should hopefully see you. It could be a little weird and shifty while we're in Japan, but we will certainly strive for it. So, and y'all have a good day. Have a good one. And if you're not already, if you have the Instagram application on your cellular mobile telephone device, you can follow me, and I'm posting some photos there, like all the stuff you just saw. On second thought, you can just watch the streams. That's fine. All right, y'all have a good day. Can you still hear me? Yes. Yeah. Okay, I was worried. I was like, did I shut off the thing? Y'all have a good day, and we will see you
stream.
the next time. I can't. My brain wants to say tomorrow night, but like I can't. It's not how time works.
Well, for them, it's tomorrow night.
I know, and it. Okay.
For most of them, it's tomorrow night.
It's tomorrow night.
For most of you.
Yes, it's so.
Some of you.
Yeah, it's weird.